and then like some sort of a flange that could go along this edge here on the top to seal the top of this to there, and then of course you could have that. You could have that. You could bring that over, and that'd be perfect. As long as you got that netting coming around the side of here. That needs it really, because you know you're like in foreign countries, especially we Brits, we get bit to pieces by mosquitoes. My wife's terrible. It sets her off on well, I suppose a holiday, to be honest, when she gets bitten. But yeah, I'm just thinking how we're going to do this. Right, so you've seen the fan. We've got a connection plug here, and we've got to get power from that to the 12 volt. It did say mains, but I don't know. 12 volts good enough. Now I'm looking and thinking where I'm going to get the 12 volt from. Now I know for a fact I've got power sockets in this cupboard behind here. I've got 240 volt power socket inside there for a video, for a satellite or something. But we got 12 volt and we got that there, so the power supply's there. And I was thinking of coming across. I'm thinking the fan was going to go this side, which it ain't because it's over there, because this is holding up here. I was thinking of putting that cables. You see this thing here? Look, I only found this out yesterday, but when you pull it, it comes off. So does that. There's a bit of glue on there. There's a tiny recess in there, but this is concaved as well. So I reckon we get the wires in there, and that just clips back on. It just clips back on, and you know, we could run the cables from, if that was over this side, run the cables through there. My option at the moment is the same thing's over here. We run the cables through there, but where we pick the 12 volt up is then a problem. I know there's 12 volt in for the lights somewhere in there, but it's a lot easier when you got something like this over here where there's 240, there's 12 volt, you know, and not just the little thin wires that run to LEDs. But anyway, I would imagine the wiring's up there for the 12 volt. There we got something here. So yeah, we could power it off this. The cables look thick enough there. That's in the wall cupboard, so yeah, it can go that side, no problem. Anyway, I don't know whether we can see. I'm just going to get the brackets out of the bag that we've got. Send that up that way a bit. Close the cupboard down. I believe these just clip off. There's no fixings showing anywhere, so I think carefully these will clip off, and it'll bring this section with it, and then I think we could assemble the fan to this part when it's on your lap or on the table here. Right, let's break out the brackets. Don't know what we're going to use, ain't got a clue. That's the sticky fixes I was telling you about. Them there. These are the brackets. That bracket there hooks over the top of the skylight, I believe. No, that bracket there hooks over the top of the skylight. These two screws then, once that's hooked over the top, that hooks over the top. Obviously it'll go down behind there if I take them two screws out. I imagine that to be the top of here. Well, that wouldn't work, so it's got to be here. So these must be the slim skylights then. These must be the slim skylights. So let's just take that away. I mean, that's how the other one would work. Look, so you can move it up and down and you tighten that up. If it's the slim skylight, which is what that must be by the looks of it, this one here fits over there. Obviously these two screws, I need to take them out. I've got no screwdriver here, I don't think. Oh, I have. I've got the look of the Irish, as they say. And apologies to anybody that's Irish, nothing wrong with Irish. My mate was Irish. Old Bricky I used to work with, bless him, he passed away now. Too many cigarettes. Just take the screws out of there and give you a better idea then. This actually, see the holes in it, so the holes in that there. The holes, the section, see the section of that slots over the rim of the, it ain't the skylight, it's the blinds, it's around on the blinds. So that hooks over with plastic. You drill a couple of holes in it, two holes through there, put two screws in, and it bolts through. The plastic's in the middle, as I'm going to show you now. See? I spoke too soon. There you are. We have to put two screws into that. So we've got to drill the holes first, because they're not screws that are self-tappers. They're the type of screw that, like that, look. That type of screw with the flathead on the top. So we've got to drill a hole first. Or we can utilise these double-sided sticky fixers, which once it's hooked over there, it's not going to fall out. We'd have to put them behind here, like that, which probably would need to go through where the screws are. These screws at the top, really. Or it could be on the back, I don't know. I don't know where you'd put them, really. There's not a lot of space for them. But if we pushed it on there, we drill the holes first, and I believe that would work. That would work. Oops. So I think with that idea, I think it'd be beneficial to put that in there first. Yeah, see? Put that in there first. See the gap? There's a gap. There's enough gap to put that in there, and for that plastic to go inside between there and there. And obviously we've got to drill a hole straight through this thing, but that's as good as anything. Well, actually, you ain't got to drill no holes, have you? You're using that. You're using that sticker instead of drilling them holes. So you put that on. Put that onto there. Take the sticky off, I think, and slide it down. And sure enough, it fits and it's tight. Look at that. You see the sticker just behind it? See the sticker behind it there? See the sticker? Just on the inside there, look. But that way you wouldn't need to fix any screws, and you could always, well, that'd be stuck like a sticky fixer stuck, wouldn't it? So you'd have to get underneath here with a Stanley blade to cut that out, that black rubber out. But that's a way of fixing it without fixing any screws. That is. And I can show you. I can actually fit that now. Yeah. Oh no, I need to. The screws holes there. There's two bolts that actually come from the back of that countersunk on the back. They come sticking out this way, and there's nuts to go on, which are this type. Can you see those in there? So those, there's 4 of them. 2 of them go through that slot, and they come through these holes here, I believe. Oh, I wouldn't imagine it'd be in them, but we'd have to see. And a bit strange. And that see that bolt there, that screw there, that is for the other model, which is this one. If I can just stick the difference on the top, that's the same bracket as that, but I've left the screws in. And then you've got this one here with this bolt here, with that sliding up and down in it. We could possibly use both. You see that? It's got a slide on it there. I'm trying to hold the camera and do the thing, but it's got a slide on it there. So if we could get that onto that, maybe, only maybe, we could use those brackets as well. Oh, sorry about the camera wobbling about everywhere. Just unscrew the right of it. Oh, that fits in there. There you are, look. And you can adjust the height of it using that bracket. See? But you don't need to use this one if you don't want. You can use the 2 screws. 2 screws coming through there and bolted straight through there. Okay, so there's the 2 variants.